watching Chappelle show right now. Some of these skits I forgot, and she gets me every time. That shit's too funny. That one I sent you the other day, with the Player Haters Club.
Yeah, the players ball. Yeah,
Oh my god, that was fucking. I hate you. I hate you. I hate nobody else but you. He said, now if you'll excuse me, you need to go put some water on Buck Nasty's mom's dish. I was like, oh my god.
that shit was comedy. My favorite part in that was when he said, "I heard she wear underwear with dick holes in them." He's talking about Rosie O'Donnell, and they had did you see I don't think you got to it yet. The time traveling haters.
Oh, not to that
Yeah.
episode yet. Not yet. I remember that episode, but yeah.
It sounds like you're watching the season.
Yeah, I'm watching them on Netflix right now. I'm only in season 2. Paul Mooney is hilarious. That dude is a legend. Your camera and everything good?
Yeah, I'm just finishing up some last minute shit right now.
You did get a
I got my
request.
AirPods in, so I'm muting and unmuting.
We did get a request from Coach not to smoke while on with him. So
Well, yeah, no, we don't really
respect
smoke
that.
anywhere with
Respect.
guests like that anyway.
Yeah, that's very true. Kind of, I did go over like the whole thing with him. He said he doesn't mind it. He's like, hell, he's like, I used to coach at Humboldt State. I'm like, oh damn. And then I asked, that reminded me, I was like, maybe he might know Kalechi.
Oh
No,
yeah, the linebacker, right?
no, the wide receiver.
Nope, don't remember him then.
He was there in 12.
I definitely
I think
don't
he was
know him
11,
then.
11 or 12, I think.
Was he like the
Or
best
both.
player on the team on the defense or some shit like that?
No, he's
Because
offensive
I
player.
think, oh, you said receiver. Fuck, because I met some linebacker that was working at Shoe Palace that was playing for City around that time. Well, not Shoe Palace. I think it was Chic in the mall at Valley Fair.
Oh, that was God damn, I
He
forgot
was
his
a
name.
Highlander too.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Was it Kalai? Kalai? No. Kalani? No. I know who you're talking about though. Long hair. I mean,
No, he had a shortcut. He had like a buzz cut, like a typical Islander shortcut.
because when I met him, he had long hair. But, all right, let's get this started. We
Yeah,
got
no, when I met him
talk.
at Chic, he had the City shorts on. That's the only reason I said something to him. And yeah, I'm like, he had the Sun Lake City purple shorts. So I was like, you go to City? Like, yeah. He said some old Islander ass last name. I'm telling you, damn, it's like 10 years ago at this point. So
Yeah, I know
yeah.
who you're talking about though. All right, let's get this started. Got a little bit to talk about before we get on with Coach. He gets on at 6:30 with us. All right. Everybody on YouTube, what's up? What's up? Oh shit, let me spread the word on this real quick. All right. I'm on the episode right now where Charlie Murphy's playing against Prince in basketball. Game. Blouses.
And he said after they kicked ass in basketball, he served us pancakes.
Yeah. Charlie Murphy, True Hollywood Stories. And shit's all funny. All right. Let's get it started. 5, 4, 3, 2. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to another episode of the All Pro JAFFOs, a Tornado Bros Productions podcast where we bring you the highly elevated sports talk for the highly elevated sports fan. I am your host, JP. Alongside me, as always, the 6'10 beast from the Southeast, Mr. Country K.
Konnichiwa, people.
You can't really see it. Yep. If you're looking on YouTube, you can't see him, but he's got the Shannon Sharp face. He'll get his camera on soon. But no Mad Six today. A little update on him. He got a new or not a new job, I should say. It's the same job, but basically a promotion. He is a mate now over at Trader Joe's in Folsom. So his schedule is kind of all over the place at this moment. So he's not going to be able to join us today. I don't think he's going to be able to join us on Sunday either. But after that, the way his schedule, we're going to try and work around that. So kind of stay tuned for different shows that we may be running at different times other than Sundays and Wednesdays. We may run on a Tuesday. We may run on a Thursday or Friday or something like that. It may hop around a little bit, but to make sure that all three of us are still on here all at the same time. We're going to try and work around his schedule. And then he said next month will be a more clear schedule of what it's going to be. Right now, he's basically just going through the first month of training in his position. So congratulations to Mad Sticks on getting that. And wish him nothing but the best. He's not only the best DJ in the world, but he's going to be the best mate in Trader Joe's history. He says he's going for that CEO spot. I don't blame him. We'll see what he ends up doing. So good for him again, Mad Sticks. Much love, man. We can't wait to have you back on the show soon enough. Today at 6:30, ladies and gentlemen, we have the honor of having defensive coordinator from Chabot College, Brett McMurray. He's going to join us at 6:30. It's about 6:22 currently right now. Obviously, things are going to be happening. This weekend is the divisional round in the NFL playoffs. And right now, if you're looking at it from my end as a 49er fan, there's a lot of things that are going into it. Right now, I'm seeing a whole lot of possible rumors that Jimmy G could be playing less than 100%. My thing is, if Jimmy G is going to be playing less than 100%, don't play. To be completely honest, I said it in the last episode that we needed to basically do what we did to them in the NFC Championship game 3 years ago and run all over the Green Bay Packer defense. One, to be able to keep the offense off the field because there's nothing more dangerous than Aaron Rodgers on the football field. So we keep him off the field. Wear out the defense, keep the rushing game going. We got Debo, we got Mitchell, and if Jimmy is not going to be at 100%, he scares me at 100%. Okay, if he's less than 100%, no reason why I want him on the fucking field at all. There's no reason. At that point, put in Trey Lance so he can go all Colin Kaepernick and possibly run for 180 plus yards against the Packer defense. You got Debo, you got Mitchell, you could add Lance to be able to add that extra depth of a quarterback threat being able to run. I think that would be the best option for the 49ers right now. Going into that game against the Packers, because we're in Green Bay. The last time we played Green Bay, it was in San Francisco, and they beat us because Aaron Rodgers had 37 seconds left to basically drive the ball downfield and get the win. So now it's playoff time, divisional round time. Historically speaking, Aaron Rodgers does not have a good track record against the 49ers. Matter of fact, every single time he plays the 49ers in the playoffs, he gets his ass handed to them in however way possible, whether it's the run game, whether it's something else that happens. Regardless, he ends up taking that L most of the time against the 49ers in the playoffs. So we will see what happens this weekend. That's the Saturday game. We'll talk more about that later on in the show when we get after the conversation that we have with Coach McMurray. People are people are picking right now. I'm looking at it on NFL. People are picking the 49ers to upset the Green Bay Packers. Possible, but if Jimmy is playing at 100, if Jimmy is playing and he's at less than 100%, 49er fans, I'm sure you guys can agree with me when I say that we are going to be shitting bricks watching this game. But we'll get into that in a little bit. For now, we have the pleasure. Let's get him in here. We got him. And it's connected to the audio. Hey, Coach, you there? You hear us?
Hey, what's going on, guys?
Everything good? Hey, good. Ladies and gentlemen of the JAFFO Army, please welcome defensive coordinator, Chabot College, Coach Brett McMurray. What's up, Coach? Thank you for your time today.
Yeah, what's going on? Appreciate it. Glad to be on.
Absolutely. So we just wanted to talk a little bit, see what's going on. We talked to one of your players not too long ago. It was goodness gracious, Kay, help me out.
Ossie Bailey.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, we had him on a little while ago, and he was excited about the upcoming year there at Chabot. My fondest memories of Chabot College was at San Jose City, where not only did we get whooped, we y'all basically did the haka on our graves at the end of the game. So that's what happened with there. But
hold on
Chabot College,
before you move on, Coach, I gotta brag because in 2009 you guys were 10th in the state and we beat y'all. I went to San Jose City as well. So while he's saying the down moment, I'm gonna give the uplifting moment at the school.
He was part of the up moment. I was definitely part of the down moment at that point. It was preseason though. We won conference that year, so it was nice.
There you go.
But
silver lining.
So how have things been going at Chabot? How long have you been there so far? And what are things looking like?
I was actually just going to say, when you guys talking about all the past stuff, I got to Chabot August of 2021. So I've been there for one season. Okay. I got on as a linebackers coach kind of late in the process. I've been at the 4-year level now for the last 8 years. And then moved back to California for a job at a startup. And that startup wasn't, it didn't work out. And I ended up at Chabot last season. Right before season started, and then after season ended, got offered a chance to interview for the defensive coordinator position and overtook that now about a month ago.
And you were at Humboldt State, correct?
Yeah. So I played at Butte. I'm from Chico originally, from Chico, California. Played at Pleasant Valley High School in high school, and then went out to Butte for a couple of years. Played in 2008, won a national and state title at Butte, went undefeated. And then from there, came back in 2009, played there again, and then moved on to Humboldt State as a transfer. Played a couple of years at Humboldt State. Got right into coaching as I finished playing in 2015. So I got on at Redwoods as my first job as an intern. I was actually still in school, so I had to do an internship for my undergrad. So I got on at Redwoods for 1 year as the linebackers coach, finished up my undergrad, moved back to Chico and was working at Sierra Nevada Brewery, and then got a job opportunity coaching at a D2 in Minnesota called Bemidji State. So I took that gig and worked there as the tight ends fullbacks coach for the year in 2016, and then got a true graduate assistantship. Got my master's paid for at Southwest Minnesota State, another school in that same Division II conference out there in Minnesota. So moved down to southern Minnesota. Moved over to linebackers, coached the linebackers there for a year, and then ended up getting my master's and getting the full-time gig back at Humboldt State as a special teams coordinator and linebackers coach for the 2018 season. They dropped the program after 2018. I got on as the linebackers coach, or the defensive coordinator, defensive backs coach back at Redwoods now. In 2019, they ended up dropping the program, and they're now luckily bringing it back for the 2022 season, but they dropped the program after 2019 season. So I ended up getting a full-time defensive coordinator job at a Division III school in Texas. So I was out there for a year and a half, had a lot of fun. It was just different. And then, I'm from California, love to get back to the coast. So I took a chance at a D2 startup out here in the Bay, and then that ended up not really working out. So I ended up getting on Chabot last fall. So that's kind of how that's all gotten where we're at.
I mean, roller coaster ride all the way through. I'm sure a lot of coaches have done the same thing, to just different spots. But when you're at D2, D1, D3 level, and then now being at Chabot at a JUCO level, what are the differences, at least that you notice? Is it the pace level of competition? Because I know in JUCO you have B1 bounce backs and stuff that come. So it is it the level of competition? What's the difference between the divisions?
I think the main difference is just the amount of staffing and support that you have. Full-time, Division I schools have 11 coaches. A lot of D2 staffs have 10, 11 coaches plus graduate assistants and interns and all that. At the junior college level, you don't always have that luxury. And then top to bottom, your roster, you're going to have NAIA kids compared to Power 5 kids. You're going to have D2 kids. You're going to have just, and a lot of times, if you don't have the luxury of some of the bigger schools that have made a name for themselves, you don't have a huge depth. You don't have a huge roster full of guys that can just step in when someone goes down. So things like that. I mean, when you're at the scholarship level, Division II level, NAIA, any levels above that, you're going to have depth because the kids behind them are on money as well. And you're expected to perform. If you're on scholarship and you're a third string level kid, you're still expected to do all the same things as a starter and be ready to go. So that's really the difference, is the incentive. You have that scholarship to dangle.
So then you at the JUCO level, you have, again, like I said, you have the D1 bounce backs and stuff that come everyone, depending on the schools. You can have a bunch of them. You have, a handful of them, whatever it may be. But a lot of kids coming out of high school, at least, especially when I was in high school coming out, and, kids that I've talked to, at least recently now, it almost seems like it's, I guess, kind of not, I guess for lack of a better term, frowned upon to go to a JUCO. Like kids feel like, I'm at a JUCO, it's not, they're kind of downplaying it or whatever, but not realizing that a JUCO can literally send them, to a D1, D2, wherever it is that they wanted to go. It's just, it's still basically a free education that you're getting at the JUCO level. So it's like, how do you get a kid's mindset, if you've ever had to deal with that? How do you get a kid's mindset to go, hey, it's not over yet? You got to keep working and busting your ass if you want to even get to that level. Like how do you break into that thought process?
Yeah. So, for me, I like to, especially of having been at the next level, scholarship level, I like to be really transparent. If a kid has a scholarship to a legitimate place and that's his peak, then I'm going to tell that kid to take that scholarship. So a lot of the times at the JUCO level, you're going to get guys that are there for a reason, right? They didn't have grades. They weren't big enough or fast enough. They didn't have enough tape, whatever the case was, right? Mm-hmm. So there shouldn't have to be a ton of motivation, I don't believe, at the JUCO level, just because, if you think you're slept on, well, then this is your last chance to prove it, because they slept on you once. You're not sitting around not playing football isn't getting you any less slept on. So if you actually would like to play football, then this is your only option. or this is one of your only options, and it's close to home and it's free, like you said, nowadays, then why not take your best shot, put your best foot forward, work your ass off, grind to be a scholarship level athlete, and then see if you're slept on. And at the end of all that, if you're still not getting offers that you like, then you can yeah, maybe it's time to hang them up, or you say maybe I'm going to take a shot and go walk on. But I think at the JUCO level, it should be intrinsic that those guys shouldn't have any a need to be told, like, obviously we got to keep them in line with their grades. That's just by nature. But the thing, like football motivation wise, if you can't make JUCO workouts and you can't make practice, and you're going to claim to be not slept on or have looked over or whatever, then maybe it's just not for you, right? Like it's not for everyone. The college game isn't fun if you can't do it here. It's going to be tough to go to do it in Minnesota when it's -2 degrees outside and you got to show up to 5 a.m. workouts and it's mandatory. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, it is definitely, when you get to the scholarship level, it is definitely lifestyle. That is what it becomes for that span of time, even in the off season. You still have off season times, you still have your study hall, you still have meetings, you still have all this stuff that you got to go through and do. So it literally is a lifestyle. Like you said, if you can't handle it at the JUCO level, chances are you're not going to survive, up at any scholarship level, because that's just what it demands.
Right.
So, the slept on part to me is a little, because it is one of those times where you do kind of got to think maybe a kid is slept on, maybe he just like doesn't have enough tape, whatever it is, but it should be that motivation to go, okay, if I am slept on, instead of complaining about it, why not go to this? If the JUCO is the only option that I have, or
Right.
even NAIA or D3,
Right.
if that's the option that I have, it's paying for my school, it's paying for my education, and there is a possibility that I can move on to the next level from there.
Right.
I don't to get the motivation into some of the kids, that because there are ones that obviously have the motivation,
Right.
and there are the ones that it's just complain until you kind of get what you want type of thing, but that never works out. I try to tell anybody that we talk to, 1 point, however many percent of kids who play at the collegiate level get to the pros, and a lot of really good players that are in the professional level, some of them didn't go to D1 schools. Some of them went to D2, some of them went to D3s, some of them were 0 stars, some of them were, 1, 2 stars. You got a lot of superstar athletes that are in the NFL right now that didn't go to those big time schools. So who knows if this school can be your ticket.
Right.
It's always in that preparation.
And the whole slept on thing for me is I can get it if say you're getting you're getting D1 AA offers, right? And you're getting offers, you're getting D1 AA offers or high end D2 offers, but you think you're a Power 5 guy. I get those guys, right? Or the guys that get D2 offers and think they're D1. Yeah, you've put in a lot of work and you think you're the best, as you should. The kids that don't have any offers, that don't have grades, that those are the kids that you gotta just weed out initially. The kids that still want to hang on to have a jersey. And I think at the end of the day, the JUCO part of it is you that ends up creating usually the best football players, in my opinion, in the 4-year run. You're going to get a 4th-year senior, a 5th-year senior at a 4-year that if he played JUCO ball, he's probably going to be one of the captains of that team, just because of what he was willing to put himself through in order to continue playing football. Maybe they didn't do what they were supposed to do early on, or they didn't develop until late. That definitely happens. And that doesn't mean there might be a guy that's already developed or has better grades, and that's not you being slept on. That's just that guy worked harder or had better genetics, but you still have the opportunity to get that 4-year at whatever level it comes and get your school paid for, which is the ultimate goal. If you do take the JUCO route and decide to stick it out, and there's kids that come out of high school that don't even have NAI offers when they leave high school, and they go to JUCO and they end up getting school paid for, which is huge. That's a huge part of what we got going on, is just getting guys placed somewhere where they're getting some form of scholarship money.
Right, and that's one of the things that I actually really liked about the JUCO level was the amount of, I guess you could say, pressure that some coaches put on themselves to
Right.
be able to not just perform on the field, but be able to have your athletes perform off the field in the classroom. I feel like for a lot of coaches, that's their biggest accomplishment, to have, all of their, as many, if not all of their athletes, graduate,
Right.
with some sort of degree or some sort. That's obviously the ultimate goal.
Yeah.
But if you had to talk to, kids in high school, what would probably be the one thing, at least in hindsight, that you look for, or something that you didn't know at one time and then you learned later on, or talking to your past self? What advice would you give a high school athlete who has aspirations of getting to the next level?
Yeah. So the main thing for me would be, I guess in the most blunt way you can put it is you're gonna pay to play college football at some point, whether it's preloaded or backloaded, right? So what I mean by that is if you spend the money to get yourself promoted and networked in high school, and you have the means to do that, by going, but what I mean, go to camps, get yourself seen, make sure you have good advice with with how you're using your social media and networking yourself correctly to, because if someone's going to give you a scholarship, they're investing in you, right? So they need to know that you've been putting in the work. So what I mean by you're going to pay at some point is you're either going to pay to travel to camps and enroll in different camps and get yourself seen, or be on 7-on-7 teams, and get yourself in a gym, spend the money on the proper nutrition, et cetera, right? You're gonna have to do all that stuff, or you're gonna have to, guys that don't have the means to do that still can make it. They're just gonna have to, prove it on Friday night and hope that someone sees them, and then they might have to go a JUCO route, because those types that do get missed, and then they got to go that JUCO route, and then So my I guess my advice, promote yourself, get yourself seen early, because it could turn into a full ride scholarship. If you go D2 or lower, majority of the time, it's not going to be full ride unless you're a full Pell kid and they give you, D2s are breaking up scholarships, so you got to understand that's what I mean by paying front end or back end. They're going to pay to get yourself full ride scholarship, or you're going to pay for tuition at some point in some form or fashion. Now you can get those tuitions really low by packaging your financial aid and your scholarship package, but very, very rarely are Division twos giving someone a full ride scholarship. They're basing it off of a percentage of how much Pell that you get in financial aid. So if you get a full Pell, which would be about $6,000, that $6,000, they're going to say our tuition is $12,000, so we're going to match you with $6,000. So essentially, you're getting a half athletic scholarship, but your school's paid for because you use your financial aid and your scholarship money. Because Division II schools, they have 36, I believe, full ride scholarships available to them, but they can break those up into money increments. So they can, if a full ride scholarship is full tuition and dorm and cafeteria, say $15K, they're not going to give you $15K athletic scholarship. They're going to break that $15K potentially into 5 $3,000 scholarships, so they can get 5 more scholarship athletes. Because if they didn't do that, they couldn't. If they give 36 full ride scholarships, they wouldn't fill the team. You'd have 60 walk-ons, and you wouldn't be very good.
Wow, just to kind of put that in perspective, like that's, you don't really.
So you're gonna pay at some point. You're gonna pay. Even if you go D2, unless you have full Pell and that makes you halfway, you're still gonna probably pay for your books and your living and your food. You're gonna pay some way. So I would say it preload it, in my opinion, if you have the means. But don't make that a say all be all. You can still grind and make it out without the means. You can make it happen. Just got to get seen. Take care of your grades. Grades are the first thing that's going to get you in. If you have a 4.0, every school in the country can take you. And if you're a baller, you're going to find a scholarship.
Right. I was just about to ask. I was like, so for the kids who don't, I guess, necessarily have the financial means to just be able to either travel across state or travel, nationally,
which is a lot of us.
It is.
I couldn't do it. So that's a lot of us.
Yeah. It's not a lot of kids who very low percentage of them be able to actually do that. So it's just kind of trying to figure out
for those kids,
they don't have that means.
For those kids, I would say get the best grades that you possibly can. Don't bullshit in school. Take care of your grades. Be at every workout. Have your head coach be your biggest voucher. your head coach has to be your biggest voucher. It can't be a position coach or a friend or, a buddy. Your head coach, take time in the community, be a positive influence in your community. And every time you touch the field on Friday night, ball your ass off. And you're going to find a scholarship.
Very
if you
simple,
have,
very straight to the point.
yeah, I mean, that's what you got to do.
So Chabot, I haven't heard a whole lot since again took that ass whooping. How are things going now? How was last season? What is things looking like going forward for Chabot College?
Yeah, so last season, like I said, I got on basically the week of the first game. I stepped in and kind of helped out with the nickels and outside linebackers and with special teams. And we had a rough season. I think the COVID year played a part of it, and we just had, guys weren't necessarily in shape, and we didn't have a huge roster, and it was a rough year. I think we finished 2-8, I believe. But going forward, we're definitely excited. It's obviously a conference where you can't feel sorry for yourself. We've made changes on the offensive, coordinator and the defensive coordinator position. So we've gotten younger on staff, which I don't know if it'll help or not, but it's a change is always, could be good. I definitely have a lot of experience, and I'm excited about the opportunity to get back into a coordinating role. After taking last season to kind of step back and view things from afar and then just kind of observe.
So without, I guess, giving away schemes and game plans and stuff like that in the most basic of ways, how would you, as a defensive coordinator, what is something that you're mainly looking for in your defense? Like what is like it go 3-4-4-3? Like how are we deciding what to do with the defense? What kind of guys are you looking for? What is something for the defense that you need?
I mean, for me, man, you got to have a chip on your shoulder. You got to be a dog. We're going to emphasize the basics, getting off blocks, tackling, and taking the football away. Schematically, we're going to be 50-50. We're going to be, like if you're trying to be good, you can't live in anything. So you got to be, bring pressure. You got to play 4 downs, 3 downs. You got to play dime. You got to play nickel. You got to bring, play cover 4. You got to play cover 3. You got to be able to do everything. So, we're going to try to be 50-50 on all that as best as we can. And then player wise, like I said, I just want dudes that want to learn, that want to, be team players. It's all about structure and fit. You got to fit in the runs, a puzzle piece. And you got to have guys that are selfless and willing to do jobs that, to make for the better of the team. So selfless guys that want to get after the football, want to attack, and as cliche as it is, defense is all about being aggressive and trying to intimidate your opponent. So I want guys that are intimidating and want to get after dudes. That's how you're going to get your scholarship money, and that's how you're going to win games. Your defense is flying around and buzzing around, taking the football away. So
it's going to be very interesting to see, and I hope later on, whether during the season and stuff like that, we can have another conversation, be able to talk more ball and
once we get a game
that.
under our belt and we got film out there, we can definitely talk more scheme. Everyone will have it at that point.
But either way, though, again, Coach, appreciate the time coming on here and talking ball, talking the process of what kids should be looking forward to once they hit the high school level, going into college. Really appreciate that knowledge. And again, we need to, once we have a guest, it's got to be at least 2-3 more times that we had. It's part of that JAFFO family, we call it. So we definitely got to have you on again once the season starts, and there's going to be a fun conversation. And good luck on the upcoming season, Coach. Appreciate the time.
Yeah, no doubt. I appreciate you guys having me on. It was awesome. Anytime you guys want to talk more, I'm always willing, man. This is good practice for me, and it's fun to hop on and do this type of stuff. So.
Oh yeah, that's what we're here for, to help people practice. Ladies
and
gentlemen,
it's always good to get out in front of cameras and talk some shop.
Absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen of the JAFFO Army, please thank defensive coordinator for Chabot College, Coach Brett McMurray. Appreciate it, Coach. We'll talk to you again soon.
All right, we'll talk to you guys. Thank you, guys.
That's what I'm liking. Just no bullshit, straight to the point. This is what you got to do if you want to get to the next, I had questions in my head, but he kept answering them as he was. I was just like, oh, okay. So, yep, I was gonna. Oh, okay. What? Nope. Yeah, he's got it. He was pretty. Any question that I was gonna have in there, he pretty much laid it down and just good stuff. I can't wait to talk to him again later on and stuff like that when the season starts and get to talk more and everything else like that. And again, kids, if you guys are watching high school, hey, if you want somebody to coddle to you, it's just not going to work. It's just not going to work in the long run. It's not going to work if you want people to coddle to you. It's just not going to work in the game of football. You can maybe do that somewhere else. It's just not going to work in the game of football. You have to be no bullshit. You have to be on your stuff. You have to be on your grades. You have to be on everything. And it's from day one, right when you walk into the gates of high school, your freshman year. That's when you're getting looked at. All your grades and stuff like that from your 4 years of high school, that is all being accumulated into one GPA that every single college is going to be looking at. They want to see how you're going to be doing all 4 years of high school or all 4 years of college that you're there. So right when you step in the door, just already know, hey, if you're a middle schooler coming into high school and you've been playing, pee-wee ball, wherever you have aspirations of going to college and, getting all that stuff, maybe even making pro, just know as soon as you walk in the door in high school, you are getting looked at. Don't slack. Oh, freshman, sophomore year, I can just kind of fuck off, do what I want. No, that's not how it. Trust me, I had to learn that the hard way. A lot of my other teammates had to learn that the hard way. I'm sure Kay had a bunch of we all had, a lot of us had to learn that the hard way. Going, fuck, y'all have been looking at us since, freshman, sophomore year. I thought it was just our varsity years, like, sophomore, junior, senior, kind of those kind of years. That's when I thought we were getting looked at. I didn't know we were getting looked at JV. Yes, you are. Even though you are in JV or frosh off, whatever it may be, you are getting looked at. So just make sure those grades are up there. Make sure you ball out, get in the weight room, do whatever it is that you need to do. Like you said, there's options out there. If you have the means to go to camps, go to camps. I went to one camp, that I had to actually pay for. That was one camp. The other ones were all school funded, where we traveled in high school. We did the Oregon camp. We went over there, the Oregon Ducks, and then over at Menlo College, we did a football camp there.
Hold on. We got to pause.
What?
You said you and the Silver Creek, whatever y'all doggone name was, went to
Unfortunately, it was
camp?
the Raiders. I'm going to call them the Pirates, but we were the Raiders.
Oh, my God.
Yeah. I was very excited. So here's the thing. So when I got into high school, my freshman, sophomore year, we were still silver and black. But I was in JV. We didn't have the logos on our helmets. We didn't have the logos on our helmets in JV, so I was cool. My junior, senior year, we switched to our regular colors, which is the black and orange. And we changed the logo from the Raider logo to the SC. So I was all right. I never got to actually wear the logo on my helmet. I was okay with that. But yes, unfortunately, we were named the Raiders. Yes.
I'm pulling people's cards first off. This guy right here is my teammate. His name is Tyler. He said if I put this picture up, that he was going to put a picture up of me in the doggone Saints jersey.
I got to see that one.
I'm pulling cards because he forget that he hate the Niners and he hate the Chiefs. Honestly, he probably hate the Chargers too. So those three teams Raider fans hate. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You got 3 sets of jerseys. All you got is the Saints on me. I kind of like Drew
We can get you in a Carolina jersey.
That don't bother me at all because I was a fan of Cam. See, and Atlanta is a joke.
Who else is? I was about to say maybe an Atlanta jersey.
They're a joke. 28-3. They're a joke.
My sister-in-law is from Atlanta. She's an Atlanta Falcons fan. I think I can get her to send you a jersey.
I feel sorry for her. And if she send me anybody jersey,
Jess, if you're watching, much love. Your team sucks.
Big time. And I don't mean that with all disrespect and no disrespect at the same time. At the same
Oh, I
time, I
mean it
mean
with
all
all the
disrespect
disrespect
and
in the
no
world.
disrespect. No disrespect
Oh.
to you, but all disrespect to your team that you like.
All
You
bad.
know?
All bad. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, you guys already know that conversation with Coach McMurray. And this show, obviously sponsored by Raise Energy. You guys already know where to get it, repsports.com. I'm not going to spell it. I get tired of spelling it out. I'm going to be honest with you. I really do. You
I'll
guys
spell
should.
it.
Go ahead.
Spell it.
Go ahead.
This man. Hey, make sure y'all go get your Raise Energy at Rep Sports, reppsports.com. Again, that's reppsports.com. Make sure you use the promo code Alpha Raise to get to 15% off. And thank you, Raise, for sponsoring the JAFFOs. And also thank you for allowing us to, showcase your product and made it a hit at the doggone Bay Area Cali Classic.
Okay. It was a big time hit. Big time hit. All right, so getting into the show. First things first, I just want to say, because I saw it today, and I cannot believe, as a sports fan, especially a sports fan who loves the history of sports as much as I do, that I did not know about this, and it's actually infuriating that I didn't until now. But gotta say, rest in peace to the legendary Lucia Harris, women's basketball Hall of Famer. She died today at 66. She was the only woman ever officially drafted in the NBA in 1977. I cannot believe I didn't know that stat. I cannot believe it upset me that I didn't, but nonetheless, all respect given. Rest in peace, Mrs. Harris. Your accomplishments, seriously, that's breaking barriers on all fronts. The first woman, first and only woman to ever be drafted to the NBA. You will surely be missed. Prayers and condolences out to your family and everybody else. Lucia Harris from 1955, 2022, died today at 66. Man, so I just needed to say something really, really fast. Okay. Well, actually, two things. One, I just wanted to be able to let everybody know, especially those who's watching, coaches, students, college, professional. I'm pretty sure I've mentioned this, and I'm not saying this out of anger or anything like that at all. It's just Coach McMurray had kind of reminded me I should probably let everyone know ahead of time, rather than the day of. So if you're watching this right now, and I do have to emphasize this, okay, if you're in high school, college, whatever, understand what we do on this show. Okay. We talk shit. We smoke. We cuss. We are not a typical sports show by any means. We kind of beat of our own drum, whatever the hell it is you want to call it. We do what we do because it's just, this is who we are. We talk to each other about sports. Obviously, it's all in joke. It's all in good fun. We're fans of the game. We're typical fans. Like, we are the fans that you go to at work and you guys are talking shit to each other, or your family members, or everything like that. If 49er Cowboy rivalry, I know families have that rivalry in there, or whatever it may be. The amount of shit that you talk with your family, the amount of shit that you talk with your friends and stuff. That's what we do here on this show. We are just like everybody at home, yet we're doing it on a platform. Okay. But this show, what we also like to do is, not only do we do this stuff, it's not, it's a statement that it's just, again, it's who we are. This is what we do. We talk, we go to work. We're basically just like everybody else. We talk, we go to work, we smoke, we have a good time, talk a bunch of shit, move on to the next one, down in the week. That's just who we are. But we do have the respect of all of our guests, or I should revert, not the respect. We do have, it is respect. We do respect our guests enough to be able to let them know this is what we do. If you would prefer that we don't do this during our conversation, let us know. With high schoolers, all of you out there, there's a couple of you who are going to be on the show pretty soon. We're not doing this while you're here.
Yeah,
we're not doing.
You gotta let us know, Jack.
Yeah, so we're not doing this shit while you're on here. All right, that's just period. You already know about it. Probably that's whatever. But we're not gonna be the reason. Just we're not. Okay. That's
you try to convince them, be like, no, it's cool. We're gonna be like,
no. Exactly. Because guess what? And it's not even for us. It's really for you. Because if you're on this show, you're talking about yourself. You're actually trying to see if you can basically, it's like Coach McMurray said, it's practice for the possibilities. If you're at the next level, you have to deal with media. This is a good platform to practice. So why in God's green earth would we want to put film out there or a video out there of all of us talking, you talking, having a good time, but the three of us just in our boxes, either smoking a blunt, doing that, whatever it may be. You may not be doing anything on your video, but that's not going to look good to a coach. All right. If the coach ends up looking at the whole thing, that's just not going to look, very good to them. So it's never going to happen. Don't ask for it to happen. Even with coaches, college, we really don't even do it with any of our guests on the show, to be completely honest with you. It just letting everybody know, what we do as a show. We're here to have fun. We're here to talk. We're here to, bring sports, and we're here to, promote high school athletes, college athletes to the next level, talk to coaches, at any level, whether it's high school, college, or professional. We've talked to analysts, Alan Bell, we had him on not too long ago. We're looking to get a referee on the show, pretty soon. We're trying to get every single aspect of not just the game of football, but eventually what we're going to be doing is we're going to be expanding outside of football. That's the plan here. It's not just football, because there is an off season, and there's only so much that happens in off season that you can just talk before it's just a repeating cycle. It happens on ESPN and shit all the time. They go through the same topics every single day for weeks on end, and it's boring as shit. So the best way to, I guess, keep up the value of the show is to expand on it into other sports, whether it's basketball, I don't know how most of us feel about baseball, but that's kind of a boring sport. Well, maybe seeing that we, after the Bay Area Cali Classic, Yankees, I'm a Giants fan, but my brother's a Boston Red Sox fan, so that would be a nice little conversation that you guys could have.
I feel like at some point in time, we had a whole situation because they played in the offseason the first year.
Yep.
So like that, but
and then and we want to go into other sports, like we talked about it after the Bay Area Classic, not on air obviously, but we had our little post game talk of kind of what we plan on doing with the show. What is something that we can do to just not be the same boring show talking about the same thing over and over? How do we expand? How do we get, we started talking about, starting to talk about Formula One racing. Sunshine, talked to him earlier today. I told him, hey, we started talking about F1 on the show. How often would you come on? He's like, dude, I'd come on every show, because he can talk F1 to death. Like, I can literally have an hour, 2 hour long conversation about what happens with Formula One. So, and Formula One was something that I last two races of the fucking season, it caught my interest. And it's something that is one of those worldwide phenomenons that isn't really known about in the States. So I started thinking, what if we can start pulling international sports that are worldwide known, but aren't as known or really appreciated here in the States? What can we maybe, bring in to kind of open up the world view? We are a worldwide podcast after all. We're heard in 12 different countries, including the United States. So what better way to, kind of, I don't want to say pander to the fans out there, but it's not pandering, because you want them to feel included. You want them to feel like, hey, they're just as much a part of the JAFFO army as the listeners here in the States are. So we'd love to be able to hear about sports that happen overseas and stuff like that we don't really know about or really pay attention to here at the States, that worldwide could be something different. That'd be nice. There's a lot of different things that we're going to do with the show. Obviously, when football season comes around, ding, 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 that's green light. That's easy for us. We can do that. There's a lot to talk about at that point, but it's during the off season that we kind of want to see where we go. What are we going to end up doing? And it's a cool conversation to have. I think, Kay, did you or I bring up soccer at that?
I mean, either one of us. I mean, I mentioned it, but I mean, either one of us will talk about it. I mean, shout out to Manchester City. You know what I'm saying? In the Premier League. You know what I mean?
I don't even know who I've been to a few Earthquakes games. I know that.
Yeah,
I remember
I worked the Earthquake game. Shit dope. That's just live.
I went to when I was younger, I went to a San Jose Earthquakes LA Galaxy game when I think Landon Donovan and somebody else was on the LA guy. No, Landon Donovan was on the Earthquakes, and God, I can't remember his name, but he was on the Galaxy. I remember that game happened at San Jose State, and then they ended up building, their new stadium and everything. We went. Actually, no.
You talking about David Beckham?
No. It was I gotta look it up because that's gonna piss me off now. LA Galaxy greats.
You should just do roster for whatever year that you went to the game.
I don't remember what year it was. That's the whole.
Oh, well then never mind.
It was a long time ago. Was it Kobe Jones? It was Kobe Jones. That's who it was. Kobe Jones, when he was on the LA Galaxy, he was a guy that we actually kind of, liked. And then we went to one that was it was at Stanford Stadium. It was a couple of years before they built Avaya Stadium. That's a great picture. Fuck, dude, I miss Betty White so much. Is that a real picture of her in Eazy-E with Dr. Dre in the back? Please tell me that's a real picture and not photoshopped.
Yeah. No, it's a real picture.
Betty White was a true legend. Jesus. I didn't know. Where did you find that? Is that like this is like the first time I've ever seen this picture, honestly.
I find things. I don't know. Honestly, I don't remember where I got it from, but I definitely find things.
Are you sure this is a real photo? I'm trying to look at it. Go like,
I'm certain
there's got to be a way
photo.
to tell.
No, it's a real photo, bro. You gotta remember.
How old is she in that?
I mean,
obviously, this is when Eazy was still alive. So this is the early '90s.
Yeah,
early 90s, 20.
Like,
she was in her
like
60s, bro. 60s, 70s. No, 60s, 70s. She was 99 when she passed.
Yeah, she was about to be 100. And that
Yeah,
was
and that
the
was
90s.
20 something years ago. No, we're almost 30 years ago. Yeah, she'd be
I
in her
said
60s.
50. Damn, I was tripping. I am tripping. I am not in a current state of mind to sit here and be doing math.
Yeah, she'd be in her 60s in that picture.
Boy, I need to ice
She was
my
still doing
goddamn
the
alert.
Golden Girls at that time
Yeah.
when
Are
all
they
of them were
on
still
there?
alive.
Are they still in the air at that time? Maybe.
Early 90s? Oh, yeah, bro. Oh, yeah. They were still on. They had 11 seasons.
Oh,
I have to go back on Hulu to figure that out, but I think it's like 11 seasons that they
goodness
had.
gracious. And they had a branch there. They had a branch off right called the Golden Palace. I seen that on Hulu.
The Gold.
It's
They
basically
had a
she was.
they
I
had a
don't think she
spinoff
was
of the
on it.
Golden Girls.
Yeah, it's called the Golden Palace. What's her name? I think it was Blanche. She was running a hotel or some shit. That's what Don Cheadle was on there.
Fuck.
Yeah, he worked at the hotel.
Huh.
It was like
I'll
Blanche
have to look
and
that
a
up.
couple of other ones. Betty White made like cameos and shit like that. But I don't think she was like reoccurring like that. So that's
Oh
why
no,
I
I'll have
called the
to,
Golden
I'll
Girls,
have to,
called the Golden Palace. I seen it
I'll
on
have to look
Hulu.
that up.
I seen a couple of episodes of the shit, and Don Cheadle was talking about it. He was talking. I forgot what interview he was talking about. Yeah, that man's a legend, bro. That
Been in
man
a
was
lot
a
of shit.
legend. That
Oh
man, he
gosh.
went from Hotel Rwanda to Iron Man, bro. That's crazy.
Why does that sound like you're trying to make a dig?
It's not though. Like that's reality. Like for real. Hotel Rwanda is like it's like one of those movies like people like chronologically placed. Like that movie was a
That was a
good
hell of a
movie. He did
movie.
a great job in that shit, but it's like damn Don Cheadle out of everybody. All right. I mean he did his thing, but like, all right. He was great at that. I was just confused. I was more confused when the movie started. Like Don Cheadle playing an African dude. All right. Well, he black as shit. He could be African.
It was either him or Wesley Snipes. Whichever one.
Wesley couldn't do it. Wesley was had tax problems with the IRS. No, Wesley couldn't
He
do it
was
at the
in
time.
trouble with the IRS at one point, huh? He
Yeah,
was.
Wesley was going through it. They
Oh,
could have. They
shit.
had a couple different people. They had a couple different people they could have did.
Mm.
Like you could have got an African, but I mean that's neither here nor there. I mean, it
When was
should
that
be,
movie
but
made?
whatever.
Early 2000s?
Something like that.
Hmm.
But my boy went, yeah, Iron Man, that man, War Machine. That's crazy. Then he became the Patriot.
That's right. Yeah, he did. During the show. Took the spot from who was the actor who was War Machine before? You know who I'm talking about in the first one.
Couldn't tell you. Couldn't tell you.
God, he's in so many movies. He was in fucking what was that song with the It's Hard Out Here for a Pimp?
Terrence Howard.
There we go. Terrence Howard. He was the first War Machine. And then
He
Don
was
Cheadle took
supposed
his
to be
place.
the first one.
Well, he was. He was the first one who was in Iron Man 1. When they
Really?
when they first teased that he was going to be War Machine, like Terrence Howard even looked at the suit and he's like, next time. That was the only time that he was ever in Iron Man. It was Don Cheadle after that. So Terrence Howard never got to wear the War Machine suit.
I forgot he was in the first Iron Man. Like completely forgot he was in there.
Exactly. You it's been so many movies since. The only person that you could really relay War Machine is Don Cheadle.
Well,
And Iron Man 1 was how long ago? Like
that shit over
2010?
10 years.
Like 29, 2010?
Yeah, that shit was over 10 at this point.
2909, you idiot.
Yeah, no, I'll let you go. You're self-correct.
I caught it.
You're self-correct.
All right, let's jump. We got to get into the games. It is the divisional round starting on Saturday with the first game of the divisional round, the Cincinnati Bengals versus the Tennessee Titans. Derrick Henry's back, people. That could be a major problem for the Bengals. Even though they did, well, I guess they struggled against Josh Jacobs. It was really easy for them to take on Derek Carr because, Derek Carr sucks and all, but it was a little bit more difficult for them to deal with Josh Jacobs. Now, if you thought Josh Jacobs was difficult to deal with, you have not met King Henry. There are a lot of videos that were coming out of Derrick Henry, and his first practice is back, and he just looks as explosive as he did when he got hurt in Tennessee. But the Bengals. So here's the thing about bye weeks. I always had that thing that it was always tougher to play the divisional round as like the bye week of the wild card, right? I always thought that the team coming out of the wild card game into the divisional round playing against the team that had the bye always had the advantage. I mean, it's not always the case, but I feel like they have an advantage because they're warm, they're ready, they have game time speed, playoff game time speed already, to whereas the team that was on the bye week, obviously, you had a bye week. So, and the Titans, even without Derrick Henry, without him, the Titans struggle majorly, and that was evident. So I mean, because everything else opens up because you have Derrick Henry. AJ Brown can be AJ Brown with Derrick Henry on the field. Ryan Tannehill can be a little bit more of a game manager when Derrick Henry is on the field. So with him back, I mean, the Bengals, they've been on a tear. Joey Burrow, just ice in that fucking guy's veins, dude. Something about Joey B tells me, bro, he could be the guy, maybe not this year. He may be the guy to take the Bengals to the Super Bowl.
My guy, Joey B.
The Tiger King, bro. Like, what kind? I mean, the story that would be from just an Ohio kid, playing for I believe Cincinnati Bengals were the team that he cheered for as a kid. I could be completely wrong about that, but I'm pretty sure that's the story. Playing for the team that he liked to root for, taking him to the playoffs and getting a win in the playoffs, something that the Bengals haven't done in a very long time. So, and I mean, it says Cincinnati is 0-7 all time in road playoff games. Those were different teams. Those were very different teams with very different quarterbacks. I mean, Carson Palmer was there at one point. I think Joey Burrow has a way higher ceiling than Carson Palmer could have ever dreamed of. Andy Dalton, his short, the career that he had in Cincinnati before it went sideways, him and AJ Green, took the league by storm their first few years there in Cincinnati. But again, Joey Burrow's who is the quarterback that took the Bengals to the Super Bowl back in the day? Who was it?
Man, I can tell you that.
80s Bengals. QB.
While you look that up, here's my take on the game.
Ken Anderson.
All right, Ken Anderson, yeah.
Ken Anderson and Boomer Esiason in those days. I think
Okay.
Joey's better than that. Joey's the best quarterback that the Cincinnati Bengals
It's
have
a
as a
it's
franchise.
it's a different game now. Than
I mean,
the
different
the
game
running
now,
back
but
was
still.
more. The running back was more of the emphasis. Like running game has not left the game, but it was more of an emphasis back then. You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
as far as I feel like I feel like you discrediting Carson Palmer. Firstly, Carson Palmer was nice as fuck. Carson Palmer was nice as fuck. He
Man.
was for real, bro. Carson Palmer was nice as
Like,
fuck. He got injured. He was just injury prone. He was born with a fragile sticker, but at the same time, Carson Palmer was nice, bro. If he never got hurt, Carson Palmer never got hurt, and he had some fucking durability.
he
bro.
also threw that fit to get out of Cincinnati. Ended up in Oakland. He hated it there. You know, where did he go after that? To
Arizona was balling. He was balling in Arizona.
It's because he had Fitzgerald.
Bro,
And
Fitzy
will make any quarterback look good.
in Cincinnati, they didn't do nothing to help them out like that.
Who do you have?
Like,
DJ Hushmanzada and Ocho Cinco?
Yeah, but if your O-line terrible, you ain't really got no run game like that, and your defense horrible, what you gonna do? You gonna get your butt whooped. All the defensive line gonna do, pin their ears back and go smack Carson Palmer, rattle him up, and he fragile, so he getting hurt. So yeah, you getting hurt all the time. You get hurt all the time. You get mad too. It's like, damn, like y'all can't draft no old lineman. Like what's going on? Like you can't trade for nobody. You can't do nothing for no old
what did
lineman.
Carson Palmer ever do? And what did he ever do in Arizona? He balled out, but what did he do? Did he win any playoff games?
Playoffs? I think he did. I think he won like one. I'm not sure. I'm gonna be honest with you. I ain't looking at no stats, but just going off of like the feeling and the memory, I feel like Carson Palmer was out there. They just like they'll fall short.
I think there was a lot of hype around Carson Palmer, especially coming out of USC.
Yeah.
There was a lot of hype around him. Yeah, he was. I'll give him that. He was good in college. But I think he was one of those, he was so hyped that people thought that his NFL career was better than what it actually was.
No, he
with
had
all the talent that he potentially or whatever had. I mean, from my own eyes, there was nothing about Carson Palmer.
He was solid.
There was nothing about Carson Palmer that wowed me. There was nothing about him.
I put 100 on 10. He was a solid quarterback.
If I were to ever go against Carson Palmer in the playoffs, I could chalk that up as a dub. Like that's how little I thought Carson Palmer would. Yeah, he'd win you games, he'd put up stats and stuff, but he would never be the guy to get you over the hump.
You know what? You know what's crazy? I feel the same way about Matthew Stafford.
You have a case for Matthew Stafford, though. His career is a big time case.
Receivers in the league.
Well, he has two now. Ever. Two of the best receivers statistically of all time now. If he doesn't do, shit with the Rams. I mean, remember the
Lions. Megatron was a physical force. Like he was a dominant physical. He was Shaq of the NFL. He was literally Shaq of the NFL, bro.
He was the most dominant wide receiver of his. I
feel like you could say all time and nobody be mad. Like, Jerry Rice was the most skilled and.
Okay, I was gonna say if we start breaking it down, like when we're talking best wide receivers of all time, and you start like breaking down certain attributes, and when you talk about the most physically dominant wide receiver, not just big, he was 6'6", about 230.
Somewhere in there. Could be
about 6'6", 230, ran a 4.3 or a 4.4, whatever the hell it was. He was ridiculous. It was just an absolute. He is what DK Metcalf wants to be. He is what people were like comparing him. I mean, DK Metcalf, I think DK is only 6'3", 6'4". He's not as tall.
He could be. He could be.
He has the potential to be. He has the potential to be.
I seriously
But
feel like with what
Megatron-
they got in what's the name? What Russell been able to do.
Russell's not going to be a Seahawk next year. What do you mean?
I've been saying that the whole time.
I mean, so if Russell's leaving, who the fuck does he have? Who
That's
is
what I mean.
Seattle going to be
But if you
the
think
next
about
year?
it, DK,
Are they drafting?
I don't think he extended anything, but I think he got 1 year left before he gone.
I think Tyler Lockett's a better receiver than DK Metcalf.
I agree, but Tyler Lockett also have experience on this side. You know what I'm saying? Like Tyler Lockett was there when they was on their Super Bowl run. You know what I'm saying? He is a Super Bowl champion.
He was
with
young
Russell.
during that time, but yeah.
But Tyler Lockett is a
Young.
more skilled receiver than DK Metcalf. I agree with you. He's better because he's more skilled. He has more tools in his belt than DK. But at the same time, that comes with experience. But if you sit there and you get Russell go in and out of the in and out of the lineup, it's hard to develop a player like DK when your starting quarterback is gone. You know what I'm saying? Like
he's
it's
not going
hard
to
for
have the
them to
same
develop.
quarterback next year, so it really depends on who they pick up to really develop DK Metcalf into what he could potentially be.
I don't think DK stays after his rookie contract. That's why I said I don't think he got extended. But if he did, then I could be wrong on this take, but I haven't looked at it, so this is just my gut feeling. I don't think DK stays after next year because I think he up next year. I think they gone. I think everybody leaving. You know what I'm saying? I think
including
everybody
Pete
different.
Carroll, huh? He's going to leave.
Probably.
Thank God, get that
I don't know.
motherfucker out of the league.
Why?
I hate Pete Carroll with a passion.
Why? Is he whooping y'all butt?
No, we whipped his ass. Thank you.
This year.
Well, I'm talking about the reason why I hate him was his USC days. But Vince Young helped me give him the big bird.
Yeah, but in his defense, the players he developed had way longer careers than your starting quarterback.
Who? Name one person on that USC team against Reggie. He wasn't no like, oh shit, this is like the top 10 running back of all time. This motherfucker got hurt more than anybody. He is most known. This is Reggie Bush's career in the NFL. He is most known for getting the tar smacked out of him against fucking Philadelphia when he played for New Orleans. On that swing pass.
Might have
that
been
he ended up
Shepard
decleated.
Yeah, he got
that is what he's most known for. And suing the Buffalo Bills for tearing his ACL.
But he also was a fucking driving force in that 2009 Saints team when they won the Super Bowl. You forgot about that. Reggie Bush good in New Orleans. I promise you that. I can promise you that.
I think it was Marcus Colston that really.
Oh,
Marcus Colston was one of them. I'm going to be honest with you. Marcus Colston is one of the most underrated receivers of all time. He is not universally talked about as much as he really should be.
I mean, he was good, but he wasn't no draw the double team over there good.
I mean, he's been overshadowed by Michael Thomas, since he got there. But Colston, he was a big part of that Super Bowl team. I think Drew Brees can say the same thing.
Drew Brees will say good about any one of his teammates. So I'm not going to sit here and doubt that. I'm more than just going to say, as somebody that saw him twice a year, I wasn't scared of no Marcus Colston. If he fucking won a game, I'd be like, damn, all right. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, that motherfucker got
during his time, that's all they did against Tampa was kick y'all's ass.
Yeah, because look at the quarterbacks we had during that time.
Exactly. Josh Freeman.
So, like I said, it wasn't no, because I was more mad at my quarterback playing offensive play because they're not moving the dang on ball. So that's why I wasn't stressing. I still had a top defense during all that time. We was out there getting our butt whooped. We had top defenses. It's just our offense was always sorry as hell. Like that was always our issue.
Went off track. We were so much on this stuff that Don't worry, people. We'll get back to the topic at hand. You just got to take the little road
But
with
yeah,
us
yeah,
when we go.
I do apologize. But I don't think you realize that coach was just talking to play with Aaron Rodgers. You know that, right?
When he said Butte College, yeah, I
Yeah,
was
and they
like,
won the chip. That was when Aaron went there. I'm pretty sure he said
uh,
2008 or 7 or some shit. That's when
he
Aaron went to
said
Butte
he
before he went
said
to
eight
Berkeley. I'm
nine.
pretty sure.
No. Aaron,
Pretty sure.
remember Aaron
Oh
got
no,
drafted in 2007. He went
that's
to Butte long
true. We
before that.
way before that. That was like oh
Yeah,
04, huh? I'm tripping.
yeah. Coach was there a little bit after Aaron was there, but yeah,
I'm
yeah.
tripping,
Aaron
tripping.
Rodgers being at Butte, yeah.
I'm
When he
tripping,
said
tripping. It's
Butte,
the
I was like,
same
oh
college.
shit. I was like, okay. I was like, so he went to where Aaron Rodgers. I passed by Butte. I don't know how many times. It's up near the. It's actually Chico. That's near the property. So I've been
Yeah, man.
by that college plenty of times.
Yeah,
So
man.
he said he's a Chico kid. Next time I'm gonna message him on Twitter and be like, hey, do you remember the graduate? If he's from Chico, he knows what the graduate is. I'll talk to him about that next time. But anyways, back to the topic at hand. Cincinnati, Tennessee. Who do we got? I'm gonna go with Cincinnati.
Same.
Cincinnati. My mom's gonna hate me for that because she's a big time Titans fan, but hey, we got to look at what's really going on here. And I think Joey Burrow is he's playing on another level right now. That guy's going
Yeah,
to be something special.
but we know so look, for me, my take, I don't know how Josh feel about this, but my take, I don't feel like they just gonna blow him out because Coach Vrabel's a good coach. Coach Vrabel's a damn good coach, and the fact they got Derrick Henry back, they're gonna try to see what they got. Julio
Yeah.
and AJ Brown gonna have a good solid game, but I think at the end of the day, I feel like the way Jamar Chase and the wide receivers over there playing, you know what I'm saying?
They're tough. That's a tough offense to beat right now. And they're
Yeah,
on fire, bro. They are. That's what by no means am I saying it's going to be a blowout. I completely agree with you. I think it's actually going to be fairly close, but I do think it's. I think it's Joey Burrow's time to, and I'm going to be honest. I really do
he
think
gonna
that
learn.
Joey Burrow is going to win this game, and they're going to make it to the AFC Championship game. I really do think
Well,
so.
I mean, yeah, then they gonna get their butt whooped by the Bills. I mean, it's all good though. It's all good. It's all good. It's a learning process, you know.
You're right. You're right. Learning process.
Learning
You're
process.
right.
You know what I'm saying? You got a nice, good rookie.
Second
You got
second
a
year
you
in the
got a
league, and you
you got
get
a
to the
couple.
AFC Championship game. That's good
Yeah,
promise.
you
That's
got a
good
couple
promise.
young receivers. You got Boyd, and then doggone Higgins. You know, you got a solid tight end. Y'all good. Y'all boys good, but y'all gonna have to come back next year and see what it do, because y'all finna get whooped by the Bills. I can tell you that right now. If y'all beat
This
them, and
year,
I apologize, but yeah, no, they finna go ahead. The Bills finna go ahead and take them out the game, coach. If Tennessee don't take them out the game, the Bills take them out. And this Bengals pick is real shaky for me, because I promise you, I seriously feel like Derrick Henry is the game changer for the Titans. You know what
mm-hmm.
I'm saying? And I saw some video of him at practice. He was running really nice. So that's why I'm like, yeah, this is a real shaky pick.
It
I
does.
just feel like
That's
the
why I
Bengals
say it
on the
is going to
run.
be close. Yeah. Well, and that's why I said in the beginning, like the fact that they've already got a playoff game under their belt makes them, yeah, they're young, but they got that. Okay, now we got that confidence going into Tennessee instead of the unknown. Oh shit, what are we gonna do? Now they're like, all right, we can maybe actually do this. Maybe we can have it may be a false sense of confidence. We don't know, but
We'll see.
you know, but we will definitely see. But I'm actually kind of excited to see what happens there. Next Saturday game, the Niners versus the Packers. It says plain as day right here. Aaron Rodgers 0-3 career record versus San Francisco in the postseason. Uh, I'm sure that's something that he's been, talking about or being asked. And how do you feel that does the 0-3 record bother you or or anything like that? Like, I mean, but you can't argue with it. It's there. It's an actual stat throughout his career in the postseason. He can't touch us. And it ain't even close every single time. Every single time in the postseason that he plays against us, it's a fucking blowout. Whether it's Kaepernick running all over his ass, or I believe it was Alex Smith before that, and then the last year when Mostert almost ran for 300 yards. It's not even close every single time that he plays us. But I talked about it a little bit before. We talked with Coach McMurray. I'm seeing way too many reports. Yeah, Jimmy was a full participant in practice and all this other shit. But the fact that he's not 100%, he's still having problems with his shoulder. He's still having problems with his thumb. He's not 100%. And a less than 100% Jimmy, 100% Jimmy G doesn't make me feel comfortable. A less than 100% Jimmy G, I don't even want to do. Hey, you know what? You put all this fucking faith in draft picks. You gave up the fucking farm to pick up this kid at number 3. Put him in. Trial by fire.
Let's Packers defense against the Packers defense.
You're not going to be throwing very often, or at least that should be the game plan. The game plan should be put in Trey Lance, and maybe he'll pull a Kaepernick. Him, Debo, and Mitchell will combine for over 300 yards rushing. That's the way they win against the Packers. I said it last week. The keys to victory for the 49ers is to keep being able to run the fucking football. They've been top 5 in offense for the last 4 or 5 games of the year. They've been top 5 in offense. Why? Because they're able to run the football, mainly because of Deebo Samuel. He's the ultimate weapon right now. So with that run game, we're able to dominate teams. We're able to physically, tire teams out because we're able to run the ball effectively. That's what we got to be able to keep doing. They said it last, do what got you here. Yeah, but then you got to the Super Bowl and you stopped running the fucking ball, and look what happened. You lost. So the whole point of this whole thing, if you want it to be a redemption Super Bowl, that I'm sure that's what they're fucking talking about over there, a redemption Super Bowl, learn from your goddamn mistakes, run the goddamn football effectively. That is what we're good at. That is what we've been good at. We haven't been good at throwing the ball lately. We're not going to wow you with those numbers, but we're good at running the football. As soon as you start going away from that, we're fucked. So I'm just saying, if Jimmy is not 100%, I don't even want him in there, because I know for a fact he will throw at least 1 interception, maybe fucking 2 this game. And he will be the reason why we lose this game. And I'm seeing too many goddamn people. Oh, Jimmy's going to do it. Jimmy's going to be the person to take the problem. Saying Jimmy's this. Jimmy will be able to. No. You're delusional. Stop being delusional fans. Be objective. See the team for what it is. Okay? We have a quarterback right now who is most consistent thing that he does is fuck up. Somehow, shape, or form. Whether it's throwing an interception, whether it's you're getting hurt, whether it's what, doesn't even matter. He is consistent at getting in trouble. And he barely gets us out. He has a couple of games where he makes mistakes, then he comes back and we pull out a victory, and people want to praise him for being clutch. Talked about that a few weeks ago. I'm not fucking rehashing that goddamn thing. What I'm trying to say is you guys need to be objective and see this for what it is. If Jimmy is not 100%, there's no reason why he should be in the game, because 100% Jimmy is still not a guarantee. Put in Trey Lance, so you add that extra threat of being able to run the football. Dink and dunk passes, whatever, to get Trey Lance, feeling it or whatever. But mostly the key to this game is winning it by running the football. That's it. There's no plan B. There's no plan C. There's no plan D, E, F, the whole fucking alphabet. Doesn't matter. If we don't run the football effectively, we're screwed. All there is to it. And it's not even going to be close. It's going to be a blowout too. We either win by a touchdown or 2, or we lose by 3 touchdowns. It's not going to be a close game. It's going to be one way or the other. That's just I'm telling you. That's just what it's going to be. If we can run the football, we have a shot. NFC Championship game, probably against the Bucks, and Tom Brady gets to take his anger out on us, and I already see that happening. I just don't like the false hope and the false, this whole, oh yeah, Jimmy's going to be that guy. It's like, dude, I feel that exactly when I read it, that's exactly how I feel. Your background is exactly how I feel every time I read these fucking tweets.
Yeah, but I feel
that
like
people are saying Jimmy is this great quarterback.
You being extra hard on Jimmy. Yeah,
how?
just simply. Well, the last time y'all played the Cowboys, I mean, not the Cowboys, the fucking Packers.
I really want to know because
y'all lost by
this is the
3.
first time you've ever defended him.
Y'all lost by 3 because I just heard this shit. Y'all lost because I'm like, damn, he's pretty hard on them. What y'all lost by 3 to the Packers last time, right?
Right.
Jimmy only threw 1 pick, but he threw 2 touchdowns. Aaron Rodgers threw 2 touchdowns. Jimmy still had a good quarterback percentage and he still had a good amount of yards. You know what I'm saying? Like the only problem, he just threw that pick and y'all still lost by 3. So all he had to do is just minimize 1 mistake and y'all win the game. You know what I'm saying? Like that's kind of where that goes. I don't seriously feel like it's gonna be that spread of a differential. That's why I'm putting this up because it's like both of y'all teams are like fake dominant. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like y'all fake dominant. Yeah, there's not really no dominance to y'all. You know what I mean? Like you pretty one dimensional to be all the way honest.
I'm looking at Jimmy's stats. 25 for 40, 257, an interception and 2 touchdowns. That tells me he made a mistake early on in the game. He just happened to make up for a couple of the mistakes. And looking at the Packers, Rodgers didn't have himself that, but it was mostly Aaron Jones running all over us, basically averaging 4.3 yards a carry.
Exactly.
Aaron threw for 261 and 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, 23 for 33.
Y'all are evenly balanced. Y'all teams are both evenly balanced.
That was in week 3 early on in the year.
We played
2 very completely different teams now.
We played the Rams week 3. Same exact time, bro. That's what I'm trying to get you to understand.
You guys did, huh? Fuck.
That's what I'm trying to get you to understand. For y'all's situation, it's a lot different because it was a close game. So it's only minimizing certain mistakes. Yeah, your team a lot different now in camaraderie and in the way y'all go about things. But at the same time, I mean, he's number 1 in the NFC. You know what I'm saying? He having a pretty solid year. But like I said,
he might be a back-to-back MVP, but I do think Tom Brady deserves the MVP.
Nah,
I think Tom Brady with what he did this season, I honestly believe he should be the MVP.
Yeah, we had
over
so many dang injuries.
Like
we had so many injuries, and Chris Godwin has an ACL.
And at his age,
bro.
My God.
Yeah, I don't want to hear nothing about no Aaron Rodgers, bro. Aaron, he might go and sit this out. Congratulations for last year, bro. You won that joint last year. Tom Brady going for the full sweep. He want it all. He want the full sweep.
MVP, Super Bowl MVP.
Full sweep. The trifecta. You know what I'm saying? And I
Offensive player of the year.
I say this is our game like we had last year where I said if we beat the Saints, we gonna win the Super Bowl. Same shit. We beat the Rams, we gonna win the Super Bowl. Because no matter whoever win out of y'all game, we beating y'all.
We'll get to that game in a minute, but let's make. I mean, I got to pick my guys, but again, it's only. We already talked. I'm not going to talk about it again. It's only if it's a good running game, but I got to pick the 49ers, and you got.
And I left this background up for this reason, because I knew the pick was coming, and this one won't stay.
I know what you're feeling. I know exactly what you're thinking. You would rather play us. You would rather play us in the NFC Championship than playing the Green Bay Packers. Yeah,
because we've been there, done that with them. It ain't like I'm not scared of them. I just feel like I want to see Tom motivated. I want to
Oh,
see Tom motivated. That's what I'm saying. Like,
okay. You want
if
it for
it's
the storyline of
yeah, yeah.
okay.
I don't want it.
Fair,
I don't want
fair.
the other shit because Aaron Rodgers always complaining. Oh, I want like he complained last year. You got your January Lambeau game. You got your ass whooped, bro. Like nah, you got another January Lambeau game. What you gonna do? You get your ass whooped this year. I don't want his shit.
It's like no more. No more.
Yeah, just creep into the darkness, Aaron Rodgers. Retire. Go ahead. Because it's enough is enough. You got acting like a big ass crybaby and shit. Yeah, you nice. You nice, Aaron Rodgers. Like, I'm not gonna deny that. You are nice. You are nice. You can't lead your teams for shit and y'all motherfuckers be losing. But you nice though. You can throw the fuck out that bitch. Every which way you can run on the run, you can throw that motherfucker on the dot. Like you got you know what I'm saying? You got a cannon. You are a good quarterback. You are a great quarterback as far as throwing the ball. As far as leading the offense, though, y'all motherfuckers is regular season champions. It's almost like weekend warriors or practice champions. Like that shit really don't matter. That shit really don't matter, bro. You win all them games and then you get in the postseason and get your ass whooped. You win one game, maybe. Get your ass whooped. Win 2 games, get your ass whooped. Because you won at 4 out of 14 years in the NFC Championship. So you see, you know what I'm saying? Like you really be out here getting your ass whooped, big dog. Like
We
motherfuckers.
know Mad we know Mad Sticks would pick the Packers for sure. He hates the 49ers at this
Oh,
point
he
in
hates y'all
time.
right now for sure. Yeah, yeah.
He
Nah,
hate
that's
he hates us, but he hates the Cowboys just a little bit more right now.
yeah, because he
Just a
lost
little
to
bit more
y'all.
right now. Exactly. And he's pissed the
So
way they did it because he said they fucking sucked. He denounced the team next year, dude. He
yeah,
literally said, "Fuck the Cowboys. I am not rooting for them next year." Like
that's crazy. But
I
yeah,
never thought I would see that
that shit
ever.
is
I
fucking wild.
never thought I would see that. But yes, he absolutely hates the 49ers. So just don't get that twisted. It's not like he has a respect for us in any way, shape, or form. It is that's still pure hatred. But I do love seeing the videos of, full packed bars of people watching the game and all these Cowboys fans singing "We Them Boys," and then after the game, quiet as fuck in their chairs. Uh, while the Niner fans around them are playing "Bang Bang Niner Gang," I'm laughing my fucking ass off. Like this shit is too funny, too funny,
Yeah,
too hilarious to see. The reactions worldwide. The picture that I showed you earlier today, that girl, she her ex was with the side chick, got caught on national television. Oh man, Dallas Cowboy fans everywhere are taking L's. Everywhere. It is
yeah.
all bad. It is all bad for Dallas Cowboy fans right now, all the way around.
I mean, I
Next
don't feel
game.
sorry for him.
Oh, not at all. You had to think. I mean, the crowd reactions, as many great ones as there were that night. That's all the cameras were looking for. They were looking for sad faces, and you guys happened to be standing up. Oh, look at this guy with a big ass fucking Dallas Cowboy star chain and his girlfriend crying in his arms. Girlfriend crying in his arms. That's another visual we can have. Like, come on, dude. Come on, dude. Goofy looking motherfucker, too. That's just the fucking 5 head Adams Family Wednesday looking chick.
No, but no. What's the next game?
The LA Rams and the Tampa Bay Bucks
Hold on, we
starting
got
off
the morning
Sunday.
game.
Yeah, y'all got the morning game.
Mm.
Bills Chiefs got the afternoon game, bro. Sorry, you guys can't have prime time all the time.
No, I didn't. I wasn't sure of the lineup. I mean, y'all play on Saturday, so I ain't really too much worried about it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. We got the primetime Saturday spot though. That's what's up. I'll take that.
Oh my God, so cool! You guys play on Saturday though.
It's all right though. I can actually stay up and drink without having to work, worry about work the next
Sundays
day.
are for football.
If we lose, I can just drink my sorrows away.
Oh, for sure. You're gonna lose the next week, so don't worry. You probably should stock up for next week.
Probably should.
You should
Probably
go to
should.
the Mastic store because he was saying they got cheap liquor there. So, or you can just get your wife to bring some home when she come home. So, stock up.
Do that too. Yeah. Hey, it's gonna be a long one. Let's get this started. Rams Bucks morning game. Because you put in perspective of the storylines, the certain possibilities storyline wise of the NFL. It's like you want to pick the Bucks because there's more storylines for, regardless whether it's against the Packers or whether against the 49ers, there's two storylines that you can use. Rams, on the other hand, that defense absolutely dog walked the Arizona Cardinals last week. Aaron Donald was playing unconscious, and he was playing like the reigning defensive player of the year. If that defense shows up, do you have any worries?
Well, I mean, that defense show up, ain't no question. We hurt.
He's like, shit, if that defense
No
it's gonna be a long day for you. You're gonna look exactly like your background.
Exactly to the T. So that's I mean,
Exactly.
but at the exact same time, our defense showed up like a motherfucker against Philly and just let off the gas and let them score. So the scoreboard don't reflect what actually happened. You know what I'm saying? Like they whooped the Cardinals' ass, but they let the Cardinals score. Like the game actually was a game for a good minute of time. Like they was whooping they behind, but Kyler scored. You know what I'm saying? Like it wasn't 31-0 in late in the third. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they was up, but Kyler scored. Like you know what I'm saying? They scored and all that shit. So like Jalen them scored after we like pretty much said like, all right, we just gonna show y'all a little mercy. Like bro, it's 31-0.
Yeah, it was an ass whooping for sure.
So
in every sense of the
word.
word.
At the same time, the Cardinals didn't have D-Hop. So I mean that's a big factor. That's a big factor. That's like I'm telling you, like if we didn't have Mike Evans this week, then yeah, it'd be the same fucking thing. You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't be no difference. You know what I mean? It'd be the same thing. Tom Brady be getting dogged out there. I'm not gonna lie to you. You really wouldn't have nobody to throw the ball to.
Yeah.
It's like, to be all the way honest with you, because just like I
AB
said,
picked a hell of a time to go crazy, didn't he? That dude straight up said his entire self. He said himself, I have no mental issues. That is what he said.
I'm finna take so yeah, like I was saying, I don't even know how to respond to that. Anyway,
that pisses you off to know that because you're like, fuck, what could have been?
No, not that. It's just, I mean, we already won one with him. It would have been different. We ain't win shit. And you know what I'm saying?
He would definitely help.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah,
you know.
But I'm just saying, like, at the same time, shit, we gotta do what we gotta do right now. Like, I can't really too much keep, you know what I'm saying? I've been stopped thinking about that shit when, you know, different moments and shit. So, like I said, I don't know how to respond.
Those videos that
this
Matt Sticks keeps sending us.
All this shit wild. Because it's just like, AB wilding out, but then BA just slapped the fucking player on the goddamn. So I don't
fined $50,000 for it,
bro. This shit is wild. Like I really don't know how to respond to this shit. Like what the fuck is going on? But fucking
he's appealing it. He's appealing it.
Man, I don't care. I don't care if he win or lose that shit. Win few games.
Hold on. Here's the real question though. Was he justified in smacking the shit out of Adams? What did Adams do to make BA want to even want to go and smack him?
Because the ref was right there. He was John with another player, and he was gonna go in there and try to do some shit. That was the point. He said he was trying to stop a player from getting a flag, especially at that point, because they could have got an automatic first down of him going in there
So
on
he
that
basically slapped the shit out of Adams, basically said, stop
bullshit.
being an
So they can
idiot.
get the ball, yeah.
Stop being a dipshit or you're gonna get a flag. And he's like, fuck no, that's character building. I say he should win the appeal. Free
I hear
BA.
that.
He should not be getting fined for that.
I hear that, but that's the texting in you. And at the same time, if you look at that video, BA did a old 60-something-year-old dude Superman slap. He jumped and he was in the air. Like BA kind of fucking, he did a little
He had
trot,
to get
like,
up there. He's not tall enough. He's got to
bro.
get up there to be able to hit him.
A couple analysts made a good point. Like Shannon Sharp, one of them. Give him the credit. He wasn't that far from the sideline. He could have just shouted at him. You know what I'm saying? BA a pretty fucking strong talker. He could have just shouted at him like, yo, yo. You know what I'm saying? Which he probably could have. We could look back at the video prior to that slap. He probably was yelling at him.
BA has a history of no bullshit attitude. This is the first time I've ever seen him smack a player, but he has the reputation of being a no bullshit head coach.
I feel you.
This doesn't surprise me, honestly. The slap doesn't surprise me. I'm gonna be honest.
This shit don't surprise me either, but I'm just like, this shit everywhere. It's just shit everywhere. Like this shit just coming out like a fucking sprinkler. You know how the sprinkler head just like, yep. Yeah, that shit. It's just shit coming out of there. Not water, just shit. You know what I mean? Like liquid purified shit, like fermented shit. Like I'm confused.
The more shit that comes out about your team, the more frustrated I can tell you get.
I get frustrated.
It's just like, can y'all stop
fuck?
doing this dumb shit and get the shit together to win another fucking Super Bowl? What the fuck are we
doing? Please, because we don't know how long it's gonna be. Like we don't know.
You never do.
Like not only that, it's just like Tom.
How long can you take advantage of Tom Brady's greatness before he starts to decline? You just gotta ask yourself.
And the youth questions. Of our defense, our top players like JPP's in his 30s, Shaq in his 30s, Levante in his 30s.
Shaq Barrett is not in his 30s. Shaq
Barrett got to be like 30, 31.
Dude, Shaq
got to be. Really?
Shaq Barrett is like 23, bro.
Fuck.
Shaq Barrett has not been on.
He was
on
the Super Bowl team with the. He's been on the Super. He was on the Super Bowl team with the Broncos.
Shaq
Von Miller
Barrett.
and all them. Yeah, he was a backup. You're wilding. Shaq Barrett talk about that all the time.
Oh fuck yeah, I'm tripping. Who am I thinking about?
I have no idea, bro.
Who's your rookie? Your outside linebacker rookie.
He's 29, but I was close. Outside linebacker rookie. Oh,
not Levante.
You talking about fucking Joe? Talking about Joe Tryon?
No. He's your outside. No, he's one of your. Not Levante David. Who's the other one?
Devin White, but Devin ain't no rookie.
No, not Devin White. He's the. God damn it. Tampa.
Other outside backer.
I might be completely tripping right now.
I feel like you are. Because our lineup is Shaq. It's William Golson. No. Because JPB back. So
no. Okay, no.
Shaq,
so I'm just tripping. I'm just tripping. I thought Shaq Barrett was younger than what he is.
Yeah.
I completely forgot that he was on the Broncos. I did not know that.
Yeah, I thought
the first time that he was with the Bucks, I honestly thought he was a rookie for you guys. I didn't know that he was with the.
Nah.
That's my own fault.
Know. Yeah, I gave him a couple more years older than what he is.
Antoine Winfield Jr. was a rookie last year too.
Yeah. But we got young players like Sean Murphy-Bunting. I think this is like third or fourth year. Jamel Dean's like his third year, probably third.
But you guys are in a window right now where
that's what I mean.
You guys can maybe get up there in your Super Bowl numbers with the top teams.
I mean, we can
So,
create a dynasty. We really just got to win right now. We got to win these games, and I'm very confident. Just like I said, just like last year, we have to beat the Rams to beat the rest of them. Like we beat the Rams, we beaten everybody else, and I'm certain of that.
Interesting stat here: Tom Brady 14-2, basically an entire
divisional.
season in the divisional round.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's disgusting how great he is. All right,
How he trains hard. That should be an ode to hard work.
It's just again, dude, it's something that we've never seen. That, to be honest, in our lifetime, you ever think we'll see something like this again?
Yeah.
I don't. I don't ever see another quarterback winning 7 Super Bowls. And if he wins this year, 8. Like, no. That's never gonna happen again. Ever. So that's something that we could probably go to the grave and remember that, okay, yeah, we got to witness something that nobody else will be able to witness. But pick wise, Bucks or Rams, spitefully, I would say the Bucks. But divisional rivalry? No, out of spite, I would pick the Rams to beat the Bucks. But if I'm looking at rivalry, I don't want the Rams to win. Because fuck them, that's why. And no, I'm gonna pick the Bucks. I'm just gonna fuck it, go for him, pick the Bucks. Bills versus Chiefs.
That was refreshing, wasn't it?
Did leave a little bad taste in my mouth. Actually, am I losing my taste? Am I getting corona because of saying that shit? Is that what's happening?
I mean, I feel like you would have got corona if you said the Rams.
Yeah, probably. Bills versus Chiefs. Who we got? Bills. Dude, Bills.
Taking the Bills. Chiefs. The Chiefs real deal like the Raiders. People just not paying attention to it because they cover their shit up. I don't know what the Raiders organization got going on, but the Chiefs
Kansas City has 32.2 points per game in playoffs with Mahomes at quarterback. Highest in NFL history.
They just lost a linebacker because he got arrested, bro.
That is also true.
So
that is also true. Fuck.
The Chiefs be doggone. The Chiefs be covering stuff up. Like you'll hear the news and it'll be a low buzz. It don't even be nothing like when Andy Reid's son went to doggone jail, hitting somebody with a car.
Linebacker went to jail. What are people talking about? Andy Reid saying that the Super Bowl is like eating a big ass chocolate cake.
You see what I'm saying?
What the fuck?
They got to cover up. They got to cover up like a motherfucker. Like people need to take notes.
The PR team is on overtime right now.
They need to take notes. So like they over there holding a master class in Kansas City.
Definitely going with the Bills on there. I mean, because I don't know, just Josh Allen is playing lights out and stuff too. So I think
Mafia.
Bills Mafia, yeah, they deserve it, man. They went through 4 years in a row of getting their asses, handed to them in the Super Bowl. It'd be nice for Bills Mafia to get a Super Bowl under their belt, just not against my team, and I'm sure Country case not against his team. I mean, it's against anybody else. And
I just want them to avenge Stephon Diggs because that was some bro. Stephon Diggs sat down on the sideline and cried and watched them boys celebrate on the field. That right there in itself let me know the Bills finna beat their ass. They finna beat the shit out the Chiefs.
Stephon Diggs is gonna have over 200 yards this game. Watch.
Stephon Diggs finna go crazy. He's finna lose his mind on the field. He's finna break a playoff record. I'm telling you. When I saw Stephon Diggs on that sideline crying, I said, bro, he coming back next year with a vengeance. And he definitely did. Stephon Diggs finna go off. Mark my words, Stephon Diggs finna go Yankee Doodle.
We'll
Tell you.
clip that shit. And you'll see that. Yep. Stephon Diggs is gonna go off. Honestly, I fully stat wise, I'm expecting 10 plus catches, 150 yards or more, and shit. Maybe I'll even call 200. No. Let's be realistic. 150 or more. Closer to 200 though.
200 is still
And
realistic.
2 touchdowns or more.
200 realistic against that Chief defense. I don't know why you keep acting like that Chief defense ain't sorry shit. Yo, Stephon Diggs for the go off. I'll tell you.
It's gonna be an interesting. It's gonna be a fun game to watch. That's for sure. It's gonna be a hell of a game to watch.
I'm not a gambler. I'm not a gambler, but I bet money on that. I bet money Stephon Diggs go off. I bet money on that. Ooh-wee.
That's definitely a topic that people are going to be focused on. Going, oh, remember when Stephon Diggs watched the Kansas City Chiefs, celebrate and go off to the Super Bowl? Yeah, watch that come back out to fruition.
In their AFC Championship video, they're gonna have that. They're gonna have Stephon Diggs on the sideline crying, watching them boys celebrate. They're gonna come back and win. But I mean, they're gonna have an AFC Championship video because they're not gonna have a Super Bowl video. So they're gonna, they're gonna have a good job.
At least there's that. Well, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate you guys for hanging out with us on this lovely Thursday. Once again, appreciate Coach McMurray for hanging out with us for a little bit, giving us his insight on what he's done, how he's gotten into his position, and where he's at, and giving the advice to the kids, no bullshit attitude of what you really got to do to get to the next level. So I hope anybody who's actually watching that, high schoolers, even middle schoolers coming up and stuff like that, to actually know what you're getting yourself into, know what you're going to have to do to make certain things happen. That was definitely a good conversation to be able to listen to and watch and get a better understanding of how the whole process works. So again, thanks to Coach McMurray, the defensive coordinator for Chabot College, for hanging out with us. Appreciate that. JAFFO Army, appreciate you guys always for hanging out with us this Thursday. Give some love to Mad Sticks. Give him a congratulations and everything for us on his new position. This coming Sunday is official. Coach Lonnie Walker is going to be with us, former Grambling State player, now coaching at Mountain West High School with part of the JAFFO family, Jabari Carr. So be able to talk to him on Sunday. So that's going to be good. Stay tuned for that. Next Wednesday, we got some other things planned that we're going to be coming up soon. Don't want to give too much away too soon. So just letting you guys know, this Sunday, be on the lookout. We're going to be talking with Coach Walker. That's going to be a very interesting conversation. If I heard Jabari correctly, he played with or for a very famous player that we'll be able to talk to during that time. Yeah, can't. Again, if I heard it correctly, this may not be the case. I'm just saying, this might be an interesting topic to be able to talk to him about. So yeah, be sure to tune in with us on Sunday. Love you guys, JAFFO Army. See you guys then. Myself, JP, for Country K, for DJ Matt 6 over at TJ's. I love y'all. Deuces.